What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Lazy Goldmaker video and another update in my road to 100 million gold. And finally today, we hit some big milestones, two big ones that I'm sure you can guess if you watched the last episode. If you can't, then we'll take a look at the numbers right away, and then you'll know. So here we have them. And the two big milestones: number one, 40 million. We passed 40 million, and number two, we hit double gold cap on Draenor. So yeah, that's two things I've never done before. Never been at 40 million. I've never had I've never had double gold cap on a single realm. So that's pretty cool. That's actually really cool. So this was a great week just from reaching those two milestones. Of course, that's fantastic. And then if you look at the numbers, the sales numbers, there's something else that stands out, and that's we actually managed to recover compared to last week. Last week was very underwhelming. I was disappointed with last week. But we managed to recover. We managed to claw back about 750k almost in extra sales on Draenor this week. I'm not sure if we can sustain that level. We'll talk about that. But that's a great increase. That's very encouraging for me personally. I'm very, very happy about this. In addition, we have some pretty good sales on my off realms across the board. 220k, that's more than usual. There are some realms that stand out here. Dusk Consortium, we sold a good chunk of monolith ore and a couple of battle pets. And then, finally, I got some gold on Twilight's Hammer. I've barely gotten gold on Twilight's Hammer for the longest time. I finally sold about 10,000 of my Storm Silver ore on that realm. I have so much BFA ore on Twilight's Hammer, and it has to be like one of the realms in the EU that has the most amount of BFA level ore available, because I'm not the only one that has tons of BFA ore on that realm. It's pretty silly. But we sold some of it. I went from like 36,000 to 26,000 Storm Silver or something like that. I sold 9,000 of it, which is very good. They're super annoying to keep posting. Outside of that, there's not much to say in particular. We sold some stuff on Twisting Nether where we're doing material flipping. Probably time to reinvest this down to 0 if I want to keep growing on this realm. Ravencrest, good chunk of sales again. I did buy up, I think it was last week I bought some materials. I should spend some more if I can remember the next time. Because with material flipping, you really want to keep your gold low and just keep reinvesting to make sure that your sales keep increasing. So if we can find something to buy, we'll definitely do that. Outside of that, of course, it's battle pets on the rest of these realms. Just some sorted pets here and there. I think I bought some more monolith ore on the Shatar, which is why this is not showing as much profit as my sales. I also bought some more monolith ore on Dusk Consortium because, well, monolith ore is just fantastic. So yeah. Now, what I said was that I don't really expect next week to be as good on Draenor as it was. And that's due to what has happened with Crafter's Mark of the Chained Isle gear. So someone, as I talked a little bit about on my September market review, prices were down on a lot of the jewel crafting stuff on my realm quite significantly, far below my crafting cost. And someone answered. They then deleted their comment, but they also posted on Reddit about this. And I talked about it on the podcast last week. They realized that if you use Alchemy Crafter's Mark, your crafting cost is super low. And I don't have that. I don't have access to that. I can't swap that in easily either. So this week that we've been through, I had about 650,000 gold in sales from Crafter's Mark of the Chained Isle gear. But a good portion of that was before the price crashed, essentially. So I don't think I'll be able to sustain as much in that market going forward, since jewel crafting is essentially almost dead for me. And I can't easily get in without like having to give up either some of my recipes that I've worked hard to get, or leveling another character and farming Archivist Codex again, which I'm not going to do. I'll wait for when they turn account wide, and then I can start competing in that market again. So that's a little bit sad, but nothing really to do about that. And we can see that if we jump into the game and take a look at my ledger, which we usually always do as well. If If we look at the revenue, and of course we have to go to the last 7 days, and we can just take a quick look at like quick octane. And as you can see, like 6 days ago, I sold a huge chunk of these. And then since then, I've barely sold any, and the price is down. And I'm selling way fewer. Of course, I haven't restocked, so it might be something there, but that's the general trend. If you look at the versatile, I'm sure we'll see something similar, with just an absolute ton of sales 6 days ago, and then much fewer now. Much fewer now. Interesting to see that there's one guy just buying me out, but whatever. Now it's a much better story if you look at the Shadow Steel stuff. Blacksmithing has not been as competitive yet. The prices here are much higher. Look at some of these prices. There's not as much volume though, so that is the problem. But the prices are, look at some of these items, including 21 hours ago, another one for 22k. So there is still hope to make gold, but also I've started seeing some of these items show up as below min price. So it's looking a little bit dicey here as well. There might be people with alchemy just entering all of the Crafter's Mark markets, which is gonna suck. If we look at the overall numbers, or rather the overall totals, I saw the BOE that I got from Raid. I think this was a heroic level BOE. Whatever, just some extra gold. As we can see, rank 6 prices are now between 30 and 60k, or 30k and 50k. Pretty much what it was last week. I need to do another restocking session. I haven't done so in a while, so I'm probably running out on some of these. I don't even know which that would be, so I'll have to take a look. I also sold this was a BOE from, I believe, from LFR. I just sold it for whatever, it's like LFR level. And yeah, my total sales, all the same things. I did sell like a little bit of food and some sharpening stones. I crafted those for the first time. But I'm not going to do that in any significant portion. Like, they're not going to move the needle enough. I just needed to free up some inventory space, because I had so many cooking materials just stacking up on my warlock from like the mission table and stuff like that. So I decided, hey, I'll just craft some of it and get rid of it that way. I could have sold the raw mats as well. Would have been perfectly fine. So yeah. Yeah, that's it for the revenue part. I think I'm running low on Korthite crystals. I actually haven't checked the price on those in a little while. Down to 200 gold, huh? 200 gold. So cheap. No wonder the rank 6 prices are falling like crazy. So it looks like prices on all of the materials going into legendaries are falling as well. Legendary demand definitely dropping off. Could see a boost with 9.1.5 where you can farm infinite soul ash, infinite soul cinders per week. But we'll see. Until then, I'm expecting it's just going to be more of the same. I got a little bit encouraged by this, so maybe I want to do another at least 2 repo scans. I've been talking about that a lot and then just never finding the time to do multiple repo scans a week. But that's definitely something to look into, and just blasting out these 220k this week is not that bad, not bad at all. And just doing 1 extra repo scan to potentially increase that number is it's gonna help out. It's gonna help out. Would be nice to hit gold cap on some of these other realms, although it's quite far off. The Shatar is probably the closest one. But we'll take it. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Things are looking good. 40 million. I'm really happy about hitting these 2 milestones. It's big. Now we just have to crank for the next one, 50. So let's see how fast we can get there. That's another gold cap. Probably gonna take a little while. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. I bring you both in this series and any of the guides that I have coming out. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you